We are back, and next up is the upper bracket final between RedBlue and the Birds of Prey. We already have Talibird on the server, and she's looking to get some rounds in. Of course, we still have a little bit of leeway, so we can discuss what do we expect from these two teams. We have the Birds of Prey with Tally, who is a new face on the block, with Yeva, who has unfortunately not been able to participate in the playoffs of the beta season. On the other side, we have Tunix and Aluge, who have won the title in the inaugural season, and they are definitely looking to defend it. So, what do you think? How is this going?
Well, I mean, it's also kind of a mental game, of course, because as Tally and Eva, I mean, you know you're going up against the winners of last season, right? So that's already a thing. Like, oh wow, like the intimidation factor, let's call it that. So that gives I mean, on the other side, on one hand, it's like an underdog thing, and on the other side, it puts the pressure on Tunix and Aluji to perform, which can also kind of, uh, you know, work against them. So I still I think would predict that Tunix and Aluji will make it, but I mean, like Tally is also a Div 1 player, just like Tunix, so like anything can happen here. But it's like we know how Tunix and Aluji can perform. We still have to see how Tally and Eva can perform. The fact that they are in this upper bracket final is already, of course, a testament to their skill. But they're here to prove themselves, and I think they are eager, and that could give them an edge. Like it's, I can't really put a good prediction on it. I would say Tunix and Aluji will take this, but of course I could be wrong. What do you think?
Well, we have not seen them play directly against each other, of course. We had the match from Team Sofieva in the beta season against Luna Enna. Luna Enna, the team that went up against RedBlue in the playoffs finals, and of course lost that one 2-4. So we can kind of expect that Sofieva, who beat Luna Enna in the group stage, should be a little closer to that power level, and that should, on paper at least, make for a pretty interesting match. Now the question is, how well do these teams adapt to the new tracks? And
Yeah.
considering they're already in the upper bracket finals, it looks like they've adapted to them pretty well.
Yeah, I'd say
So
they have.
the question is just who can keep the nerves together, who has built more momentum, and who is really looking to prove themselves today.
Yeah, that's also the thing, the nerves, because you are in the upper bracket final and you know that people are watching. And for some people, they've been in some situation like that before, but not everybody has. And it can mess with your mind a little bit. Like if you just know that there's a couple dozen people watching on various streams, how do you deal with that? And like we know that RedBlue has dealt with that before in the last season. And let's see how Tally and Eva can handle it. I mean, if you can look at their name and think like, okay, that says something, then they're here to play. You know, they're here to snack on the RedBlue ladies. So let's see if they make that happen. We're gonna go into pick and bans though. Let's go. The first ban is going to be picked now. The biochemistry is banned by the ladies of the Birds of Prey, and RedBlue bans attention. So, which map is going to be next? Nest is going to be the first map that is going to be played. And let's see. Eva is going to pick another map now for Birds of Prey. It is going to be Celestia, which means Supination is the last deciding map. If we go to map 3, Nest is going to be first. Celestia, Supination. All right. I can't wait to see what this brings. I can't wait.
I'm quite surprised that biochemistry is actually banned, but I guess they're just trying to play it safe. Maybe that's also just a ban to deny it from RedBlue. Um, we all know RedBlue. These two girls, they are capable of driving well on any track,
Yeah.
and they have definitely proven it in the beta season, and they are absolutely honored to prove it once more in season 1.
They want to defend their
RedBlue
title.
against the Birds of Prey. We're going to the first map, and we're going to Nest. Switch would be proud of them. Of course, Switch herself has lost to RedBlue, so the the sneakiest thing she could do would be to build a track that doesn't fit RedBlue, right?
True. But would she? I don't think she would, though. I don't think she would. But yeah, we have here the warm up, and it is already a Luigi with a good start. Of course, this is only the warm up. We're going to the next one. Oh, but there she clipped something. Here we go. The race is actually starting now. This is for a place in the grand final. If you lose this, you will still be able to get in that grand final, but you have to play another match to do it. So, of course, you want to win this, which secures you a spot right there. Tunix with a good start here, and also Tallybird with a nice start, but Tunix takes that back over, goes a little bit higher in the wall, and that doesn't seem to help her out as much right now, as all three other ladies have taken over that first place from her. She even does a little wacky wheelie there. Let's see how someone, yeah, Aluji did not get the checkpoint, has to respawn, and that is good news for the ladies from the Birds of Prey. Eva and Tally, first and second place, but it's Tunix with a really good, no, she has to, that didn't work out quite as she wanted it. She was a little bit too wide, had to release, clip the line, clip the wall. It is ace to start with for the Birds of Prey, and that is the best start you could possibly want in a final like this.
Now, that is unexpected, I would say. Of course, Tunix has been super close to
A little
her
bit of nerves,
opponents,
maybe? I
but
don't know.
Lelouch definitely showing up the nerves in that middle stage. We of course hope that you can catch up as quickly as possible. And RedBlue this time around with a much better start. We're going into the dirt section, into the cake ride. And Lelouch is once again taking the lead of a round, but Yeva is not letting her get away with this just like that. Tunix with a wacky inside line with her best Lightning McQueen impression, and she's going for the half pipe as the first. This time all of them hit it absolutely perfectly, but Tallybird turns out to be the quickest through this section. It is as tight as it can possibly be. Alush clips the outside wall, but it is another ace for the Birds of Prey.
Forget all my predictions. That's going differently. It is 6-0 on this first map for the Birds of Prey, and Tunix and Aluji might be the champions from last season, but the Birds of Prey, they're living up to their name, and they're saying, yeah, hello, we are here to challenge you, and you better get your nerves together, because we're coming, and it shows. Let's see, Aluji now with a good start, and all four girls are super close together. A little bit of an outside line for Eva, and again with that, someone who clipped, couldn't see who it was. It was Tunix who clipped. She had that wacky landing, and it didn't pan out this time. She got a slowdown. Tally and Eva now in first and second place. It is Aluji who is trying to minimize the damage here and to make sure that it does not an ace again. It's a third ace in a row for the Birds of Prey. Who has seen this coming? No, I don't think anyone saw this one coming. They are having a phenomenal start here on this first map. 9-0.
And now it's the question, what are RedBlue going to do about this? Are they just saying, well, we messed it up, we're going for the next map, or do they just put all the eggs in this basket to somehow turn this map around? They need 3 aces to equal the score. And that is
They're
difficult
nearly
by
equal.
itself. Alush is doing her part. Tunix once again with a Lightning McQueen impression, not as extreme this time around. Talibird is looking to take over the lead, and Yeva also with a quick inside line. Alush looking to get it back, but Talibird in second place would be enough to secure the map. And Yeva is also overtaking Tunix now, and while Alushi is taking the map, taking the win in this round, it is a draw. Talibird and Yeva are doing their parts, and the Birds of Prey are taking nest.
What a dominant first map. And I really don't think anyone saw that one coming. Maybe it was just a little bit of nerves. Maybe Tunix and Aluji were just a little bit out of it, just jitters. I don't know. But whatever happens, they need to step it up now. We are going to map 2, which is Celestia by Ellipse. And we need to see some different driving from RedBlue now, because otherwise this is going to be a very quick upper bracket final. We're in the warm-up on Celestia, and let's see if they if Tunix and Aluji have an answer to that dominant 10-1 first map there. Wow. I still can't quite believe it, to be honest with you.
And the most difficult part is that was a red-blue pick. This map has been picked
Yeah.
by the Birds of Prey, so they should, in theory, on paper, be at an advantage. But that advantage has not done a lot for red-blue on Nest. So we're gonna see how it plays out. Take it away.
All right, first round here on Celestia. It is Talibird with the best start so far, but Tunix is close behind. She is definitely thinking of having an answer for that last map. Tally is really, really fast here. Tunix cannot quite close this gap here, it seems. And if we are looking at Aluji, she is she's half a second behind Tally here. Can Tunix make up for this last bit? It doesn't seem like it. She just has too much of a head start. Talibird takes first place, and because Eva has the fourth place with 1.8 seconds behind her teammate, this will be a tie in the first round. The score is 1-1, and that is a very different start to this map than the last map, and that should bode well for the ladies of RedBlue.
Next round, Lucia is trying to keep that lead from Tunix. Tunix is a little quicker through that first part, and they're putting the pedal to the metal. But it is Talibird with an absolutely clean technical section who leads into the plastic part. Once again, Yeva is struggling to keep up with the three competitors, but Tunix is hitting the wall and is out of the equation for the moment, has to respawn and is losing a big chunk of time. Alush somehow has to salvage this, but it has to look for Yeva because she's about to take that second place away. Can't quite manage to do it, but it is a victory for the Birds of Prey at the hands of Tunix and a mishap halfway through the map.
Yes, and that puts them at a 2-3 advantage. It's not a huge advantage yet, but it is 1 point more than the other team, which is always what you want to see. We are going into round 3 on this map here, and it is once again Tunix with a good start, but Talibird has that one turn where she just magically catches up. Tunix has a bit of an awkward line here, loses some speed there, gets overtaken by all 3 other players, and it is now the Birds of Prey in position 1 and 2, and it's up to Aluji and Tunix to do something about that. Aluji drives a little bit closer, takes over second place, but they need to do something about it. They need to either win or get an ace here, because they need to take this map or they are in the lower bracket final. It is Aluji who takes first place, does what she has to do, and they tie up the score. A 43.6 for Aluji, which is, I think, a very good time. Let's see. That is yeah, that was 0.1 above her PB, so that is, in fact, a very, very fast time for her. And yeah, next round, they tie it up.
And also very important, Tunix sniped Yeva literally on the finish line, but this time around, Talibird is looking to claim the victory right before it all goes down. Alush with a compromised line has to accept some airtime and is now down at last place. Yeva is now up into the top 2, trying to keep it that way. And Lelouch clips the inside barrier. Can Turnix do anything about the birds of prey, or are they going to bring it home? It's only the finishing jump, and Turnix nails it perfectly, but it is not enough. It is the win for Talibird, and Yeva makes it an ace,
which puts them at match point. And that last jump, I have to say, like the way Tunix takes that, it's so perfect. You take exactly the amount of airtime that you want, but it is so scary because oh my god, you can just clip so easily. That jump is very, very cool. We have Tunix with a little bit of an awkward landing. She will lose some speed over that one, and it is Tally once again finding herself in first place, closely followed by her teammate Yeva. And Aluji needs to make up some time here. No, she won't, because Tunix took over third place. And it is now Tunix who is in third. And if they manage to get the ace here at the Birds of Prey, they will take this map, and we will go to... no, we will not go to map 3, because there it is. That's it. That's the match. Just like that. Before you even know it, they take the ace. They take the match. They take 2 maps in a row, and they will find themselves in the grand final. And I don't think I saw this coming at all. Like, this dominantly, they just put their name on the board. Like, you're the beta season champions? Watch this. Wow. GG to that. That was insane. All right, we're going to switch to the other map. I got to switch quickly as well.
This is, of course...
Wow.
Big announcement onto the stage. Of course, Yeva unfortunately was not able to participate in the last playoffs, and now she's proving why she deserved to be there in the first place. And Talibird, I think, has not played in the previous season, is making an announcement to the stage that has definitely looking for anyone to replicate it. And
exactly.
That is definitely what you love to see. Then the second match in the lower bracket between EQNX and Lilies is still going. So if we can join that real quick, we're of course
there we go.
Diving right into it. The first map went to EQNX, and the Lilies are playing catch up, but they have opened the second map, Biochemistry, with an ace, so that they are definitely set to make up some lost ground.
They are indeed, and it is Liz and Lena finding themselves in first place now. Oh, and Shorty on the bug slide. She clips the inside corner, and that will slow her down a lot. Liz and Lena are looking to get the ace here, which will be the second one in this map because they're already 3-0. And a little bit of a wonky landing for Lena, but it doesn't matter because Pepper is too far behind, and it's 6-0. So I think we're looking at map 3 here. This could be good. This could be good.
2 aces after EQNX claimed the first map that looks hella sussy, but you know, that's just how it goes sometimes. And we're gonna await the response of Pepper and Shorty Gray. Pepper unfortunately clips the hole in the dirt section. Shorty Gray has to respawn after hitting the inside wall, and it looks like Lena and Liz can just take off for another ace. And that was a difficult inside line, and it did not quite pay off for Lena Kitty, which means that Pepper is stealing away the second place. 8/10 her advantage over her opponent, but she bonks the inside. That is a messy round from all parties involved.
Goes backwards.
And Lena ends up in second place. Liz once again with a beautiful round backwards into the finish for Pepper. That is the third ace in a row. And EQNX
having deja vu moments now. I think we've seen this before. Okay, so track point for the Lilies. Anything but the ace for EQNX will result in the Lilies tying up the maps. And we go to map 3, so let's see what the answer is from EQNX here. Shorty Gray finds himself in second place into the bobsleigh. We're going to that bug slide right there. We have a clip from, was it Pepper? I'm not sure. No, it wasn't. It
Shorty.
was Shorty. She clipped, and that means that they are again in ace position. Wait, Liz respawns. So Lena is set to take first place here, but what is going on with everybody else? Everybody's respawning. Pepper respawning, Liz respawning, Pepper going sideways, and it is Shorty taking third place, Liz in second. So that's another 4 aces in a row. 4 aces in a row. If anything is dominant, this is dominant. Wow, that was insane. And it's not even like it wasn't pace really. It was mistakes made that made this happen. Wow.
Well, a bit spinning is probably the best way to put this. Thank you, Critty, for that one. We are looking at map number 3. We are back on Nest, if I see it correctly, if my eyes don't deceive me. And we have the warm-up. Now, Equinox, after taking the first map, they are getting ace 4 times in a row. Now
That's a
it is
mental
time
thing too, yeah.
for a mental reset, because now they need to step it up properly. We don't quite know how the first round went, but now they need to step it up. Liz and Lena have the momentum, but we know what Shorty, Gray, and Pepper are capable of. This one is going to be interesting. Valen, take it away.
This one is going to be interesting. And imagine winning the first map and then getting your butt kicked, so to speak, on that second map so hard. I mean, you really have to just reset your brain and just new game. You know, you're 0-0. Let's go. Liz is in first place. We have seen her on this map before. She is fast on this, as Zara had real issues catching up with her. Right now, it is Shorty trying to contest that first place, but Liz is just widening the gap here. It's already half a second onto Pepper. Here comes the quarter pipe. We'll see who gets through that the best. They all grab the checkpoint. We have seen people miss it and having to respawn. It doesn't happen this time. Pepper is in second place. This looks to be a victory for the Lilies if Pepper manages to. Actually, it is a draw because Shorty Gray has a really good last turn and overtakes Lena Kitty in that last one. And the score is 1-1.
Now that is just what you want to see when you're a fan of Equinox. Lilith, of course. I think with the list they still have a bit of an advantage, and Liz can't just prove it again, but Shorty and Pepper are getting a better start. Beautiful outside line from Liz. She takes over the lead, and Lena is also not out of the equation. We're going into the cake, and it seems like Liz had to compromise her exit properly. Shorty Gray is taking over the lead, but Pepper has also had a slow middle section. Can Shorty bring it home? Can Liz and Lena catch her off? Can Pepper maybe claim a second or third place here? It's going to be really close, and Liz is catching up to Shorty Gray. A quarter of a second between them, and Shorty has to take a compromised outside line. Liz is taking away that first place, but Lena cannot quite follow up. It's another draw between Equinox and the Lilies.
That last turn from Pepper. Oh my goodness. She just went so inside, so risky, and just sniped that third place from Lena. Lena, by the way, in that last dirt turn, has a really different outside line. Oh, now she clips, unfortunately, puts her in fourth place. But if we can look at Lena near the end of the round here, her turn is just different than the rest. Liz, however, is once again in first place. Shorty Gray close behind her, and the gap is 0.2. And here we see that Lightning McQueen turn, but they all seem to get it without too much airtime. Very high jump from Pepper, gives you a little bit more speed though, and she will take over in second place from her teammate. Lena Kitty is 2 seconds behind here. Let's see where, yeah, Liz is going to take first place here. Lena Kitty also with a no slide in that last turn has to go for the safe finish. It is a tie. This is 3 ties in a row. So this is a complete turnaround from the match before, where we had 4 aces in a row, and now it is completely equal on this last map. We're in for something.
Shorty once again in the lead. Liz seems to have pretty slow starts, But it's this dirt turn where she always catches up and takes the lead of the race. Now, can Shorty and Pepper catch up? Pepper with an unconventional inside line. I don't know if that was entirely planned, but it helps her retain third place for the moment. Lena, now with a weird slide, is taking third place and losing it immediately again. The quarter pipe seems to be going great for all of them, but Liz takes it
Why?
absolutely perfectly. She has a huge advantage now, and she needs it because Lena has clipped the outside of the next turn. Liz keeps it clinical, goes into the finish, takes the win of the round. Pepper in second, Shorty in third. Lena rounds out the draw. Number 4.
There you go. Yes, Lena, unfortunately clipping that wall there after the quarter pipe jump right before the plastic, where she takes that a different line. Maybe it was just a fluke. Maybe she took it by accident different, but now she has a rough start to this round here. By the way, 4 draws in a row. Just mentioning that. But here we go. Liz has to compromise now on that turn. So that allows for Pepper and Shorty both to take over that first place. And we are looking at Liz close behind, hunting for a spot, trying not to get aced here. She has to overtake at least one of them to limit those points. It is Shorty who goes very high on the quarter pipe. Pepper, however, takes it really well. So does Liz. It looks to be Pepper here who's going to take... Liz had a better line, but she had to release a little bit, and Pepper keeps the lead. Very close finish. It is a win for EQNX, and they are now 6-5, getting closer to that 10-point marker to win this match entirely.
It is extremely close, extremely competitive. Everyone can decide it by stepping up just that little bit, by getting just a little more out of their machines. Shorty with a comparatively bad start. Usually she's quite far ahead at this point, not in the last place, but Pepper now has to compromise her exit out of the cake. Liz is in the lead, and Lena is taking over second place. After losing the previous round, can they now bring it back? Shorty and Pepper are right on Lena's heels, and they overtake her through the quarter pipe. But Lena is back in third place for the moment. Nope, it doesn't seem like she still is. Shorty is taking it over again, but has to compromise her line through the last technical turn. And even a bonk on the finish doesn't stop Lena from taking that third place. The Lilies with a victory, and we are on match point for both teams.
We are tied again. This match is crazy. All of the matches, all of the rounds were tied except for 2. 1 victory for EQNX, 1 victory for the Lilies. This is such an equal match. All right, we are in the next round. Pepper is closely behind Liz, who does not have that much of a lead at this time around. Touches the wall, and there goes your lead. Pepper takes over. Shorty Gray is right behind, but also Lena Kitty is still in the mix. Has to at least take over second place to allow her team to still be in this, because if they finish like this, it is over and done. And she clips. That is disaster for
Liz clips as well.
And they clipped as well. Yeah, there you go. Pepper and Shorty finish it. That's it. It's just over. They ace it. It's tied all this time, and then they ace it in the last round. Is it nerves? Is it just focus, losing focus? What is it? I'm not sure, but Pepper and Shorty, they come out on top, and they actually take this match home. Which means that the Lilies are out, if I'm not mistaken. This is the lower bracket, right?
This is the lower bracket. That means EQNX goes on to the lower bracket finals against RedBlue, the French juggernauts.
Oh my.
This could be a miracle story. EQNX literally lost first round against the Wild Things. They knocked out Big Bonkers. They got their revenge on the Wild Things. Now they also scored a win against the Lilies, who have previously only been beaten by the Birds of Prey. And now they are up against RedBlue, the defending champions. And if Equinox can somehow make something happen here, that would be a massive upset and a lower bracket run that he can only dream of.
Wow, that was insane. What a comeback. I mean, like it's just mental strength as well, just to know like we're behind, we're not giving up, we're just going to go for it. We can do this, and you're doing it. And that's such a good boost for them to go into the next match. I mean, yes, you're going up against RedBlue, but you still have that adrenaline from that win in your body. So hopefully that's going to help them a little bit. Maybe we can switch over to the bracket for a little bit to take a look, a little overview. Let's see. There we go. Once again, thank you to Creedy for doing the production here. There we go. Lower bracket final. That one is up next. RedBlue versus Equinox. And then, of course, whoever wins that match will go up against the Birds of Prey in the grand final of Step 1 of the Women's Racing League Season 1. So that's going to be a really good one.